On today's video, we are going to talk about migration. Now, migration is a leak that happened a couple days ago. You guys probably know most of the information about it, but there are things that I know that you do not know, and I know you don't know. And on top of that, we're going to talk about how this affects the context of the game as a whole. The mechanism is pretty straightforward. We're not going to go talking too much about it, but we will talk about the effects of it on the game ecosystem and how Rise of Kingdoms are planning the future of their game for it to be as awesome as it's been so far. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to the Gekko. We are talking migration, a leak that happened like I think 3-4 days ago by other content creators. At that time I didn't feel comfortable making a video, primarily because I don't like making videos that everyone else is making, and on top of that I didn't really believe in the migration thing, and I really didn't see all the pieces come together just yet, and yesterday things became a little clearer to me. So Rise of Kingdoms is a game that is going in certain paths that I do not know just yet. I haven't experienced just yet. But before we start talking about all this, two quick things you gotta know. Number one, this information came from Lilith Gaming, the developers of Rise of Kingdoms. They gave us some bare bones information about these mechanisms so we can hype you guys up for the coming update. And although a mistake happened early on which kind of made hyping things a little harder, but that mistake also has a huge impact on the information you guys have. The reason for that is it's thing number two, which is everything here is subject to be changed. And the reason that first mistake made things even better is because once a bunch of you had seen all the leaks, you guys had a ton of questions. There were a lot of questions out there. So what I did is I compiled a huge list of questions and sent it to the development team. They updated this brief with a bunch of questions and answers, and this is really how we got even more information than the first time around. But some of these questions had context, and some other content creators were just not aware of this context, which is why I think that I have something to add here that you guys haven't heard just yet. The basics of migration is simple. Two things are required for you to migrate. Number one, the target kingdom you want to get to should allow you to. The king has the ability of limiting what size players can come into his kingdom. You can see in the screenshot right above. And honestly, I was not a fan of this, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit. The second limitation is migration items, which we currently don't know what they are and how much they cost. But what we do know is the migration cost in migration items is going to be based on your individual power within the kingdom. So it's going to be kind of one of the things where if you're a huge player, you'll pay a lot more to migrate than a smaller player, which makes sense. So with all that out of the way, what are things we need to know about migration? Number one, you can only migrate once every 30 days. So you have a 30-day cooldown. This is something they surveyed us, and apparently they liked our answers for that. The second thing is it worth it? And the answer is it's up to you. And let me explain. So the whole point of migration is not for full alliances to go jump into another kingdom and wreak havoc. The whole point of migration is to allow individuals to make individual moves across kingdoms to look for a better gameplay. If you're in an alliance that you're a huge warrior but everyone else is a farmer and that's all you have in your kingdom, this is your opportunity to dip out. If you're a farmer who cannot farm in peace because your kingdom is always on fire, this is your time to dip out. If you're just looking for something fresh, something new, or you have friends in other kingdoms that you just want to go play with, this is your chance to dip out. This is not the place for kingdom migration between alliances that want to fight. If you want to fight another alliance, this is not the mechanism for you. And the reason I'm saying it is because I did not understand why solo migrations are a thing. The whole point is for my alliance to go somewhere else and just wreak havoc there, no? Turns out it's not. Turns out that my experience with these kinds of mobile games has been just this. Migrate to another kingdom, burn it down. When it's dead, you migrate to the next kingdom, find someone strong to play against, and when you're bored, you just migrate again. But the way this game is going to work is it's not about the individual fights. It's not about the individual cities. It's not about the individual alliances fighting each other. It's about events. It's about kingdom versus kingdom. It's about Ark of Osiris. It's about other events coming in the future. It's about the ranking system that's going to come. It's a different type of strategy game, which is not based on burning each other's cities down to the ground, but rather beating each other up in every possible event available. Now, for that, some of you guys might be looking for a new alliance to play with. One of those alliances could be Legends Gaming, the guys owning Kingdom 196, where my jumper is. If you guys want to join us, link in the description down below to a Google form. Fill it up. You'll most likely get one of the leaders to get in touch with you. We have like 6 alliances plus ruling that kingdom. It's just out of control. And we have some amazing competition for the kingdom versus kingdom situation for our continent. It has one very strong alliance that I'm very much looking forward to see on the battlefield. I might end up zeroing my other own account, which would be hilarious to make a video about. But anyway, if you guys want to join us at Kingdom 196, link in the description down below. Come join me. We're going to have a good time. Legends Gaming, big boys. Their Discord is in the description as well if you have questions, comments, suggestions, anything. But let's get that out of the way and go back to what matters. What matters is very simple. The game is going to evolve more and more towards events where you get kills in them, where you fight in them, where you do all these things as an alliance, but it's not going to be about kingdom wars. It's not going to be about inside your kingdom wars. Now, this is bound to happen regardless. Why? Because if you're someone who is recruiting a ton of big players, and you know, all these big players are here because of you, cool. But then 2 or 3 of them start fighting, and some egos flare, and some things happen. Very quickly, things can get out of hand and wars can happen just like that. Even in kingdoms that are in full peace, all hell breaks loose in a moment. So this will leave opportunities not only to be able to fight within events, but also to potentially create yourself some competition within your kingdom if you so desire to do it. In my opinion, this is something that I still have no experience with. I have faith in the development team because they have brought enough. They have trusted me enough for me to know that when I tell them something and they tell me, listen, we know, we got this, it means that they actually got it. And I do believe that what migration will be, it'll be a great opportunity for a few big teams to become even bigger and for smaller players to find more friends, to find better places. And in general, it'll just shift the players all across the board. So hopefully some of you will join us in Kingdom 196. Hopefully some of you might join us in Kingdom 58 at high. I don't know. But the cool thing is it leaves space for recruiting people into your own kingdom, so your own continental wars are much bigger. You're going to see a few recruiting videos coming up in the next few days, probably next few weeks even. People are just going crazy with those, so good luck. Hopefully if you guys find a new home and decide to join any of the alliances that either I will mention or any other content creator mentions, and you'll have fun, that's what matters. Remember that the bottom line here is to have fun, and the bottom line here is to win and to grow. I don't necessarily think this game is going to evolve into hitting each other out to death. I think that what is going to be a problem is figuring out how we keep a kingdom alive enough so that in between events there is stuff to do. But as of right now, what the development team is doing is they're streamlining the main part of this game, which is going to be kingdom versus kingdom, 3 months long, again and again. Ark of Osiris every 2 weeks, and trust me, the Ark of Osiris is going to get upgraded very soon, and it's going to be nutty what they're going to do with the Ark of Osiris. There's going to be more events coming up, and they're streamlining all these things, and once that's set in stone, then they're going to probably go back and try to figure out how to keep kingdoms healthy. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this approach? I was not a fan. I was not a fan of not being able to migrate as an alliance and just wreak havoc. But on the other hand, if what they're going to do is overload us with events so that you have every day something you can do as an individual and as an alliance, that's a big boy win, and that'll keep me satisfied, because our big problem right now is just the insane amount of downtime without any action whatsoever. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment down below. I think this video was a little bit rambly, but it had to be done. I believe that now that Lost World is out there, migration makes a little bit more sense. If you guys want to take revenge on an alliance that is owning your kingdom, you can migrate into a different kingdom within your continent and beat them up during KVK. That's a huge thing that's going to happen. If you guys want to come play with other content creators or with myself, you have my jumper on Kingdom 196. Again, link in the description down below to join us at Legends Gaming. But on top of that, if you want to play with people that you just know that are in other kingdoms, I know a bunch of people in all sorts of places throughout the kingdoms from recording wars. it makes things possible. It opens possibilities, and I'm really looking forward to what's gonna happen. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I'm the Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, it was useful, and I hope I got good things on the spin the wheel event, because I'm about to spin and hope for the best. So I'll see you guys sooner than later. Peace.